What's going on, guys? It's Sal, and today we're going to be discussing some tips on how to be a better Zenyatta. Now, a little disclaimer before we get started. Zenyatta in his current state is a difficult hero to play well. Now, he's built as an offensive support hero, but his low health pool makes it very hard to accomplish that role effectively. But nevertheless, given the right situation and team composition, Zenyatta can be a lot of fun to play. First, let's take a look at Zenyatta's attacks and abilities. Zenyatta's main attack shoots a projectile that deals 45 damage, which really isn't too bad for a healer. Now, his projectiles don't move too quick, so you have to get used to leading your shots. Now, at a distance, these projectiles are quite hard to land consistently due to that travel time, so don't be surprised if you have a hard time hitting long-range targets. Alternatively, you can shoot up to 5 orbs at once via your secondary attack. Now, the longer you charge this ability, the more orbs you will fire, and this attack is still projectile based, so the same tactic of leading your shots will apply. Now, where Zenyatta's secondary attack really shines is when it comes out to taking stationary targets like an unsuspecting Widowmaker or Bastion. Zenyatta's first ability is Orb of Harmony, which is your primary source of healing. Now, when used on an ally, this orb will follow your target around and heal them for a moderate amount, about 40 health a second, and this will last indefinitely, at least while your target remains in your line of sight. So if your target leaves your line of sight and doesn't come back within 3 seconds, the orb will disappear, which is pretty annoying. It's also worthwhile to note that you can only have 1 Orb of Harmony out at a single time. Zenyatta's second ability is Orb of Discord, which gives him that offensive edge, as it will increase the damage that an enemy hero takes by a whopping 50%. Now, this orb behaves in the same way as Zenyatta's healing orb, where it will stay on the target indefinitely until line of sight is broken. Now, this ability is extremely powerful and it should not be underestimated. Playing as Zenyatta, you will see an indicator above the enemy hero who your Orb of Discord is following, but only you can see this. So if you're playing as a team, it's important to communicate to your team which enemy hero your Orb of Discord is currently following, as that 50% increase in damage taken is massive. Finally, Zenyatta's ultimate, Transcendence. Now, Transcendence is an AoE heal which heals Zenyatta and all nearby allies for 100 health a second, which is a lot. Plus, Zenyatta is also invulnerable for the duration of Transcendence, making it a very powerful ability both offensively and defensively. I find the ideal time to use Transcendence is when pushing or defending an objective, as your team will naturally be grouped up. Though I caution you against waiting for the perfect time to prop Transcendence, as you will very easily be able to use it as many as 3 or 4 times a game, and waiting too long will result in wasted healing. Another important thing to remember about Transcendence is that Zenyatta is invulnerable to all damage while it is active, so if you get stuck by a Tracer, or that you know that you're about to get hit by Pharah's Rocket Barrage or similar ability, activate Transcendence and you won't even get a scratch. Now, so far that all sounds pretty awesome, right? But the main problem with Zenyatta is that he's built as an offensive support hero, but he lacks the health pool to play offensively. At only 150 health, being 50 health, and 100 shields, Zenyatta has the lowest health pool in the entire game. But in order to effectively utilize his Orb of Discord, Zenyatta must keep his target in his line of sight and therefore expose himself. And as you might have guessed, once he's out in the open, Zenyatta gets annihilated. So currently, Zenyatta is in a bit of a weird spot in the meta, as he's able to deal massive damage with his Orb of Discord and a skilled hand, but his offensive playstyle is very hard to maintain with his survivability being so low. Plus, since his Orb of Discord is capable of doing huge damage, he's often a priority target. Given his low survivability, I find the best way to use Zenyatta is to stay back, heal your teammates, and deal damage when you can. Now, I know it's very tempting to try and get an angle on the enemy team, but usually exposing yourself doesn't end well. So a good way to put it is to play offensively, but always make sure that your team is between you and the enemy. Click that like button if you found this video helpful, and if you want to see more Overwatch content and more hero guides, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now, everyone, this has been Sal, and I will see you guys next time.